Welcome to another video, not talking about reasons to play a certain job, but don't worry, the Gunbreaker video is already in preparation. Nonetheless, I want to shift the focus onto another topic and hope to clear up some confusion and misconceptions many people, especially many newcomers, have about Final Fantasy XIV's content, especially connected to the style of content on my channel. But let us start a bit more basically. As many of you already know, Final Fantasy XIV is a very story-driven game, and some people, me included, claim that it is one of the best storytelling and plot development in all of gaming history, not only among MMOs or in the frame of the Final Fantasy series. But that of course depends on personal opinion, so you should definitely see this for yourself and establish an opinion without being influenced too much by external sources, this channel included. And what is very important to enjoy and experience the whole storytelling of this game is first, endurance, as it's not the usual story that you get thrown into and many key moments are being presented directly. It's definitely among the more complex and tension-growing storytellings you may face. Look at it as a well-aged wine, where your mind has to get used to all characters and constellations, and the longer you work with them, the more connection and sympathy is formed. And even though Final Fantasy XIV is offering a lot more than a very intense story, it is still a core aspect and definitely one of the factors attracting people to play the game and enjoy all of its beauty and glory with each story patch. So the second aspect to avoid ruining this experience is staying free of spoilers. And here comes in the topic of this video and its collision with my content and the content of many more, but more to the streamer case later. First of all, let me tell you something about my own issues with that problem and how I'm trying to fix it. The core difference from my video presentation compared to the other Final Fantasy XIV channels may be broken down to the cinematic presentation, where I'm using many in-game cutscenes recorded via this awesome history book found in each inn. But that of course introduces a problem, as I'm always trying to make my videos enjoyable to watch and listen to. Standing out with the visual quality, some viewers may see cutscenes that I haven't seen yet, while watching a guide or presentation video about a certain job, while others do feel a connection formed through their own experience when they have seen this exact cutscene from the perspective of their own character, recalling good memories and some sort of immersion, or at least I hope to achieve this sort of effect. Above that, when Desperius takes up the role of a certain job, I always want her to represent it in the best way, and I can only tell that Square did a fantastic job on showing the traits and features of a job in job quest cutscenes or other scenes. So I think of this as the best way to let my character represent that certain job. And due to the awesome feedback and positive vibes you guys offer, I'm still trying to keep this style. But sometimes there's one or the other viewer telling me about having spoiled the main scenario quest for them, which of course is never my intention, and I'm working hard to avoid that by providing footage, especially for beginner videos, that are handmade battle footage or cutscenes that really don't offer any clue if you haven't watched the cutscene yet and got enlightened with some context. For example, the footage behind my speech is just the Stormblood benchmark that doesn't reveal anything more than the landscapes, zones or setting of the Stormblood expansion, as well as some new battle animations and monsters that have been introduced. But even here, a very fresh newcomer may believe it's actual spoiler material, while it's definitely not, as long as you're not a complete madman where the presentation of the setting alone is able to ruin the experience for you. Nonetheless, I believe the only measure to fight off this spoiler issue is trust. I don't find any other solution that would not change the whole appearance of my content. But of course, I'm always free to hear your thoughts and your feedback if you find a better method. Still, and what I mean with trust is that I love this story as much as any other of you may love it. I personally haven't been emotionally hit and involved by any other game in the past 10 years like I was in Shadowbringers or Heavensward, so I will expend every effort to ensure that nobody's first impression of this phenomenal game gets ruined by my content or its presentation. So if there is anything happening that could really spoil things for you, there will be at least a spoiler alert in the first line of the description, or in my recent videos there will be one in the opening title. Above that, I want to name a very good example for me personally that are content teasers provided by Square Enix. I know, it's kinda a double-edged sword, as some cutscenes shown could reveal events for the viewer. Still, even if there are some clear indications of many future incidents, and even when I have seen every teaser for each content patch so far, none of them has ruined any intense moment of this game for me. Especially in 5.3, I really believed the teaser would reveal some clear moments. It didn't, and I could enjoy its beauty to its fullest. Nonetheless, it's the purpose of those teasers, and they are far more revealing than any of the cutscenes I use in my video. But at least from my position, I assure you that especially for my beginner videos, there will be no spoilers revealing any event of the plot. I'm actually super careful to put all these cutscenes into a mystified void of context that you really can only catch the spark of if you have watched the scene by yourself and find yourself at the exact spot of the storytelling. And spoilers that are not hidden away in the style I'm doing this recently, there will be a spoiler warning. Okay, that's kinda it from my personal creation context, but I want to dig a bit deeper and evoke a more light-hearted view onto Final Fantasy XIV and its story content, as I have heard that this hits a lot of the streaming community as well in the form of preventing them to enjoy content on the first week on live streams when a new patch releases, because of potential spoilers being thrown out and nobody's actually watching their live streams. I mean, even our music uploading content creators are doing those question mark thumbnails, so that's actually insane. But while on the other hand this shows how awesome this game's story and MSQ content is, there's definitely a dark side as some people look at all of this like fanatics. Yes, to 100%, this story may be among the top 5 of all times and even a #1 spot for many. But guess what? It is being presented in over 30 hours of text reading, cutscenes and fighting combat. I actually believe it's easily 50 hours or more now. And I honestly don't believe that a 10-second snapshot of this entire 50 hours of gameplay is able to spoil the whole plot to you and ruin it completely. It is not that simple, I am your father spoiler, which of course can ruin the whole twist of a movie. But don't please harass people for actually talking about certain things, especially the 14 community and content creators are very careful in avoiding spoilers to others, so please don't take things too seriously or blame them for not providing a 100% spoiler-free video that is talking about endgame content or anything like that. And furthermore, take it easy. There's a lot of this story to explore and being spoiled can even mean to extend the hype even more, causing anticipation about the context of that exact scene. And as prime example, here's a very funny video from the content creator Cilvanis that describes this topic ingeniously.
Oh, you watching this show? Yeah, I love movies with time travel.
Hey, whoa, whoa! I didn't know this movie had time travel in it.
I mean, it's in the synopsis of the show, like you should know what it's about.
No, I don't read the synopsis, nothing. I don't know nothing about this show. I want everything that happened in this show to just happen. I don't want to know about it.
Okay, my bad.
Just imagine I was watching this movie and a nigga just traveled back in time. Imagine how amazing that would be. You took that shit away from me.
Okay, I see what you're saying. I mean, I thought you would know, so my bad.
It's cool, man. Just.
This movie really has some good actors, though, man. Like that one actor.
Hey, whoa! I don't want to know what actors is in this movie. That's a spoiler.
Sorry, I didn't know that was a thing.
Just imagine I'm watching this movie and then Leonardo DiCaprio just appears out of nowhere. Come on, bro. I don't want to know the actors. That's a spoiler.
Okay.
Jesus, man. It's cool, man. Just.
Well. All you need to know is that this movie is really good. So.
Hey, come on, bro. I don't want to know if this movie is good.
Alright, that's a little unreasonable. Why would you watch a show that's not good?
I want to just be watching this shit and then just realize at one point, oh, wait, this is a good movie. So you telling me that this movie is good is a spoiler.
Okay. Alright, you know what? I'm just not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything, alright?
Just do better, bro. Just do better. Hey! You thought about the next scene that was about to happen, and that thought created a frequency within you, and that frequency vibrated and reached me, and that vibration created a resonance that let me know your tension that you were feeling, and now I know somebody's about to die.
Alright, you know what? I'm gonna just never be in the same room as you ever again when you're watching anything ever, alright?
I'm just saying, bro, watch your vibrations, dog.
So make sure to check out Cilvanis' channel as well. He's producing very funny anime and video game meme videos, link found in the description. So TLDR, not every scene shown in a Final Fantasy XIV video you haven't seen yet is automatically a spoiler. It may actually not have anything to do with the plot or the job quest, or even if it has, it may be selected with caution and carefulness to avoid events being revealed. At least this is how I'm working on my recent videos. Secondly, a slight spoiler won't ruin your story immersion and experience, as we're talking about more than 40 or 50 hours of gameplay to play through the whole storytelling. And it's really not the classical Star Wars spoiler, at least not when only the visual aspect is provided. And last but not least, this story is among the best ever written, so it needs tons of spoilers or people hating on it to ruin it for you. And of course, on the other hand, you don't need to like this storytelling, or the plot, the characters, it's perfectly fine. The game has so much more to offer that could easily stand on its own when the story would be moved over to a single player Final Fantasy. As long as you bring with some time and patience to let this well-aged wine unfold its true class. And as I'm trying to emphasize on the qualities of this game, especially to newcomers or those that want to hop over from another game or for spending some time in Eorzea, I would love to see you on another video on my channel. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy and keep loving Final Fantasy.